Put this up a little. We have the light on. Okay, there we go. Hi, everyone. I'm sorry, my hair is all over the place. I'm just waiting to brush it out and straighten it, and I hope you're all doing really well. This is going to be a really special message, I think. We're going to see. I got a new deck, and I'm super excited. I'll give you guys a moment to come on. I got this new deck yesterday, and it's from Louisiana. I'm so excited. Hi, everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. You can see my little trinkets over here. These, by the way, someone asked me, they noticed the binoculars. I bird watch. I actually do bird watch and butterfly watch. So yeah, I always had these. These are from my grandma. I have the case over there. And yeah, I've always had these. I make a lot of jokes about them because, you know, it's like totally like, oh, I'm looking for you or whatever. Me and my friend used to joke around about it all the time. She'd always videotape me watching birds and make like silly memes about it because I'd be really into it. Anyhow, I hope everyone is having a really good start to their day so far. I'm going to tell you about this deck really quickly. So I go and find my decks in really odd places and found my deck yesterday, and I was like, I want that. And he also had some other regular decks there, like this one everyone uses, and I really wanted it. And so I was so excited to get it because it was a little bit cheaper. So point being, I got the deck and I went out with my friend and my friend's daughter, and I pulled a card. And, you know, just like we're saging and stuff like that. We were saging the energy because we're like, this deck is really cool. It comes with a book. Look at it. It's like a novel. That's a big book, right? So that's why we're only going to pull one card today and just read it from that. And I'll pull some other cards. But point being, I wonder if the card is here. No, it's not here. But I was pulling a card randomly, like my first card at my friend's house with my friend's daughter there, just randomly. The card came out. So I'm like, oh no, sorry, I didn't pull the card yet. I opened the book to a page randomly just to like see what a card would mean. And it was Tay Bondage, something like that, the name. So I'm reading it, and it was about people. The wording is totally wrong right now, but I'm just going to make the long story short. When you're going to go through the dark night of the soul, this is like back then, when you go through a path, a journey, and you might lose yourself, what they would do is put a piece of their essence in a clay pot, and they would keep it there. And apparently, if you lost your true self during like the dark night of the soul, you can always go back and retrieve yourself. And I thought that was so cool. So then what happened? I'm like, okay, a little bit later, I'm like, let me pull the actual card. And I shuffle the deck, and I'm like, let me get my card. It was the card that I had already read. And me and my friend, like, we just got shivers, and we're just like, what the fuck is that? So then I really looked into that, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. I am going to pull an overall message for us. I feel like I should do it after the reading, but at least I shuffle a bit here. I do want to pick up on the masculine's energy today. Why? I don't know. But I was guided to use this deck, the Talk to Me Like I Love You deck. And I was also guided to use this deck, which I don't know the name of, but here we go. Mystical Shaman. And I want to check out this deck too. And I'm going to start with the Talk to Me Like I Love You, just to see where the energy's at. Why? I don't know why I'm guided to pull this today. Like literally, like I wanted to do that one weekly message, but I feel a very strong pull. Like there is a message. I wonder how the masculines are doing. Thanks. I'm gonna straighten it. I just washed it out and stuff, and I put a little bit of like, I wash my own hair with like a little bit of color. It's just a washout color just to freshen it up. And then I'm just gonna straighten it. I think I'm going with this whole voodoo look because that's what this book is. This book is from Louisiana, and I don't know much about Louisiana except that I want to go there. New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, and it's just like completely beautiful and mystical and very connected. So I feel so connected to that deck already just because of what happened, what I just told you guys. Not too long ago, huh? Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh. Okay, well, good. I'm glad we pulled this. And let's see what's at the bottom quickly. Okay, that's not really relevant. So this is what it says, everyone. This is what the energy, like, okay, feel me out. This is how I start to feel things out. It says, I'm in knots. I'm afraid to tell you my truth. And it's a horrible feeling that I have to humor you. So remember yesterday's reading for the week, the overall energy was about a conversation that has to happen. And when he says he's humoring you, what that means is obviously he's not telling you the truth. So he's putting on a little bit of a front. Can people hear me? Let me just put this up here so I can sit up straight. Okay. Is anyone like getting this? I don't know. To me, that sounds really relevant. And at the bottom, the energy is a little bit different, but still on the same length. I can see that my anger has been destructive and that I've really hurt you. It's not just that his anger has been destructive as much as his actions, lack of actions, his humoring you. So in other words, I don't think at all that he's joking around with you or anything like that. I think when he's with you or when you talk to him, he's humoring you in the sense he's saying what you want to hear sometimes. You don't want to talk about what's going on with his karmic. You don't want to hear about that, right? So hi, thank you, Pat. Thank you. So he's in knots, and that's a beautiful thing. Thank God he's in knots about this, because we don't need some guy that's not in knots about this. This is something to be in knots about. We're in knots too. I'm afraid to tell you my truth. And that's the other thing, is that for some of you, like, he's on the defense. You guys have to watch the weekly for yesterday. I think it's only like a half an hour, and it tells you all about what's happening through the day. He is on the defense. I remember that. And it's really interesting that I can remember that. He has his guard up because I remember what we were talking about. He's treating you like what he's used to treating the ex. You know, he's used to having his guard up. So when he says specifically, I'm afraid to tell you my truth, that's because people don't listen to him anymore, right? People don't listen to his truth. He's not able to speak his truth. He's probably having to reword things and humor people to make it sound the way that they're comfortable with hearing it. He wants to speak to his divine feminine, his partner, and be able to speak his truth. So it doesn't matter what he says, even if it's not what Sally says. It's what he says, and that's his truth. And that is the truth. That's what matters, is when you listen to someone else's truth. Like, even if it's not how you see it, I mean, there has to be some real truth there. But I mean, like, even if it's not exactly how you see it, he's saying my truth. You know, it's not about how anyone else sees this, okay? Seen him in years. You haven't seen him in years. Sorry to hear that. Same here, Love Muffin. It was weird, yeah. Will you save this live? Yes, I will be saving this live, for sure. I was definitely guided to do this. If you need to book a reading, anyone, you can always reach me on my email, atouchoftarot@gmail.com. Obviously, this reading is an important one, just because even that beginning, you know, and let's pull from here first. Now, I don't feel very connected, like as connected as I want to these cards just yet. I'm still learning them, even though they're basic words. Hasta la vista keeps on coming up, guys. And for some of you that got readings from yesterday, I just got this deck and I did send some readings out. And you got hasta la vista. I read this. It has to do with letting go. Let's read that. Like, it didn't come up here, but I just want to, because I feel like he's trying to say goodbye to a situation here. Maybe that's how he even feels, like hasta la vista. Like, I don't even, what does this say? You leave at the curb. What sentence did I just, it's time to let go, walk away. And just like you never look back at the trash can you leave at the curb, don't give it a second glance. It's time for a new beginning. Out with the old, in with the new. I think that has to do with his goal, okay? But hey, let's pull one more. I don't know what you call these sentences. Let's pull a sentence. One more. And then I want to get to that other. I don't know why I'm feeling like this one's sticking out for a reason. The dude abides. Well, we have to read that one. Interesting. Now, I know some of your guys say dude because I picked up on that energy before. So that might be for you, okay? That dude talk. It's your lucky day. It's your lucky life. The dude is patiently waiting for you to come on home. Oh, let him do the heavy lifting for a change. No matter what crazy mess you've gotten yourself into, the dude is here with everything you could ever need. The dude's got your back, rock star. Interesting. But what I pick up off of that is he's ready for you to come home. I think that's the only sentence we had to hear from that. And if that's your, if he says dude, it might be an extra special message for you, but also he's talking there, that's the masculine talking there, because honestly, he does want to do the work. His deep self does, even if he's not 100% ready. Like he said he's in knots, right? His true self does want to be the one to step up and to take care of you and to do all the work. Like, come on home, babe. Like, I got everything. Okay. So let's pull from this deck now. And then we're going to get to the special deck. This, I don't know if it wanted to come out or not. I want it to actually come out. One card. Ooh. We stopped at where I had stopped before, the water. And I thought that was kind of cool when I was talking over here, because I had stopped at the water and I kept on looking at it. Maybe some of you are dealing with the water sign. Who knows? Or maybe some of you are getting in touch with your emotions. Who knows? There's so many messages in that. Middle world, number 36. Look at it. If this is an energy, I'm not going to read it yet. I will read the book, because that might be more messages for someone. But just looking at this picture, if we're asking, the masculine's energy towards you, towards this connection, it's life. Like, I just heard, like, it's life. So maybe your guy talks like that. Like some people say this is life all the time or something like that. Like, that's kind of the vibe I got, because I don't talk like that. Sometimes I would maybe say something like hashtag something, like it's so good. It's like needs a hashtag, but I heard like it's life. Like, I don't know how to say it in the way I heard it. But when it comes to you, when it comes to this connection, the roots go deep. The growth is healthy. And whether or not it's been an easy ride, I'm just saying, like, it's you see a human being, you're like, oh, that's a healthy human. Like, that's a big human. That's doesn't mean that they're good people. Doesn't mean anything. But I'm just saying it grew strong. It grew healthy. There's something definitely to work with here. It's definitely protected, this connection, which is beautiful. There's freedom here. There's 6 birds here. So we go back to that number 6, like the 6 of cups almost. And there's definitely some energies here. Twirls. I don't know what that would mean to you. Like, it could mean the path leading, it could mean like some sort of geometrical something, but there's something with the twirls, like snails going in, like that look. Maybe it all comes down to like, the middle or something like that. So let's read and see what that says. Okay. The middle world is the realm of the day-to-day reality and the playground of the living. So it's 3D. I can't talk. There must be something like going on, because I've been catching myself since last night. So it's the playground of the living. So the 3D. It is present moment. It is the present moment where everything is happening, yet the middle world is created by the future. Not only the past, and it is a mirror of the invisible realm. The middle world is created by the future, not only the past. And it is the mirror of the invisible realms. Where things are right in the middle world, heaven and earth support everything. When they are not right, heaven and earth must be brought into order as well. The middle world shows up when conditions are favorable to your undertaking. Do not hesitate. Move forward as heaven and earth are smiling upon you. The time is right, so be expectant. but mindful of not being reckless. The world is your playground, and what would require great effort at any other time can be accomplished with great ease right now. That's a really good message. Do not try to correct the earth. What needs to be corrected, do not try to correct in the earth what needs to be corrected in the heavens. The resources to support the change or endeavor you are considering, are not readily available to you yet. So it's important to ask for help from the invisible realm, from help in the other world. For now, wait. The medicine, that was the medicine, that last paragraph there. I want to go to the middle, the invitation. The middle world shows up when conditions are favorable to your undertaking. Do not hesitate. Move forward, as heaven and earth are smiling upon you. The time is right, so be expectant. Expectant, but mindful not to be reckless. The world is your playground, and what you would require great effort for at any other time can be accomplished with great ease. To me, that's just like a sit back and relax and let this, like, literally this dude card, he kind of wants to, I don't know if he knows he wants to be honest, but deep down inside, there's an urge for him to want to take care of things right now. I think that the message here, possibly the reason I was pulled to do this reading right now, is that he feels like, this is protected. This isn't going anywhere. This tree's not going anywhere unless someone literally came and cut it down. But then the roots are still there. And, I'm sure eventually maybe growth still happens like that in those cases. I'm going to get to the voodoo deck because this is what I wanted to get to. And remember, this is a new deck to me. I'm taking one card because it's a long paragraph that I'm going to be reading and they're meaningful. So I'm not going to repeat myself. If you need to, you just watch it in the video. This is for the collective energy for today in regards to the current situation that's on your mind. And we appreciate the message. We really do. And see how that message came out? Do you see how I love these cards? I don't know why. And I just feel like so connected. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so into these cards. This is the Wheel of Fortune? No. Wait, whatever. I'm getting confused now in my head. It's the X. You guys know what the X one is. Is it the Wheel of Fortune or it's not Judgment because Judgment is XX. And it's not the world because the world is X1. Someone's going to say it before I go look it up. But anyhow, it's the market. Sorry, I have to show you this full card. So first of all, guys, I can't explain how much I love these cards. I think you guys can feel it from me. But the funny thing is like, I love the market. So I love that we got this card. Everyone can go to the market. Everyone can find something at the market. I go to markets every single day. There's food here. There is carpets or some sort of fabric at this market. There are statues at this market. Everything. Okay, let's see. Let me find this in the book. Did anyone say what it was? Why can't I remember? You said you love the market. I do. I can't believe I love them like for my whole life. So I love that this is the first card we got here as a collective energy. I'm going to kick myself in the butt for not remembering what this silly X is. The Wheel of Fortune. I was right. Yay. Because I'm like, I'm going to kick myself. Like, I know the X. Okay. So here we go. Oh, there's an interesting word here. 1 second. Listen to this. Oh my God, guys, I don't know what we're going to get now. I think we're going to change the game. Interdependence. Interdependence is the word here. Not codependent, not independent, interdependence. And I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm guessing it's when everyone depends on each other to make something work. That's what the market's about. Everyone has a spot. Everyone has a booth. You have to make your booth look really nice. You have to be really nice to the clients so that they keep on coming back so everyone can benefit. So let's see what this card is about. Wait till I know it's just going to be absolutely beautiful. Sorry, I'm so excited. Okay, interdependence, wheel of fortune. All roads lead to the market. That's an often repeated saying. That's what it says right here. I'm going to show you just that page so you can see what I'm looking at. And I'm going to read it. Here the crossroads meet. Movement, change, and flux rule the day. All is interdependence. God and mortals barter for that which is necessary to their continued existence. Everything depends upon someone or something else. The low need the servitors in order to manifest. The servitors need the animals in order to grow physically and spiritually. The animals need the servitors to feed and care for them. If any link in the chain fails, all is lost. If someone takes more than their share, if greed touches the heart of any of the participants, then all must suffer. This card takes on the aspect of the New Orleans French market. I want to go there so bad right now. I can't. I'm going to go there soon. I know it. The oldest operating market in the country. Oh my gosh, I feel this so deep. I love this. The vendors dressed in purple are a daily sight at the market. Yeah, they dress in purple. That's amazing. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. They are members of a religious order to come to sell their wares. Their wharves. Wars. W-A-R-E-S. Wars. I'm going to look that up. The attribute of this card focus on an appreciation of the need for cooperation in order to survive. Cooperation. This is talking about us literally. This is kind of like a shift here because we're going towards like codependent, which is a regular word in our favorite freaking deck, to interdependent. And we're going to to cooperation and then dependent to interdependent. And this is pretty crazy. So the completion, the vast chain of life that supports an individual's existence. Not the completion, the contemplation is a vast chain of life that supports an individual's existence. The divination, a realization upon which your work or very existence depends. A rapid change of fortune. I don't know. Is anyone else as excited about that as me? I don't know. I'm just like, what this message is that everything is needed. Everything is connected. Everything has happened for a reason. We're relating it to our masculines and any karmic situation going on. Everything. It doesn't matter if it's family, friends, business. It's all there for a reason. And it's also saying don't try to rush anything or cut the chains. I think it has to kind of happen on its own because it's literally saying if one suffers, we all suffer. That's pretty interesting, right? I'm floored. I love it. I can't wait to get to know these cards better. It actually helped me learn about, because it's French. What they are doing is French, and I take French classes. But it helped me learn. I forget what it was, Madame Luna. I forget what it meant, but that was a card my friend pulled. And I thought it was the moon card, and it was the 9 of Cups. It was just crazy. I'm just like, I'm learning. And I remember in my French deck that I tried to pull out for us the other day, I don't have it right here, there was Luna, and I thought it was the moon. So I'm just learning. Yeah. But it's extremely exciting. I think that this is like the craziest message. I love that it's called the market, and this is our first card from this deck here on the channel. I should be called the market girl, to be honest. I really should. So I didn't see this card. This is awesome. And everything happens in divine timing. Yeah, I do believe that that's part of the message there. You guys can rewind it and check it out. Like, if someone's greedy, we all suffer type of thing. Like, just let things happen. What's the rush really? Maybe, I'm just getting these thoughts. Like, maybe there's someone out there that wants to be with their divine masculine so bad. This is just what I just imagined in like the flash of a second. But he like almost has like a life to save. And I'm not thinking of a woman. I'm thinking of like a child or something like that. Like there's something he has to do. So it's like that type of a message. Like, he may have a really important challenge that he has to do. Maybe it isn't even in front of him just yet. Maybe he's going to get the challenge this week or something. And if he was with you, he wouldn't get it. Something like that. So keep that in mind, right, guys? It doesn't have to be a child, but I'm just saying, I don't feel like it has to do with a woman, but I feel like there could be bigger issues that we can't really rush right now. At the market, everything, I'm the market expert. At the market, everything has its time. You go early, you might get a deal. You go late, you probably get a deal. You go in between, it's going to be packed. There's going to be competition. It's also going to be at the highest like momentum, right? Because the other night I told my partner that if he's going to be in my life, I needed him to help me with the man part with my boys. Yeah. And, of course that's something you need, but, just watch your wording with all of that. Cause I'm working with a lot of people dealing with these karmic and, union situations, but watch your wording, how you word that. But that is something that many people do have to point out to their masculine that they're going to need, cause they have kids. And to be honest, some of them, I'm thinking of one particular, she knows who I'm talking about. He needed her to tell him how to help with the boys, like how to raise kids. So remember, maybe your masculine doesn't have any kids and yeah, you want him to help you. But you might need to teach him how to be a parent. That's just from experience, from what I'm seeing with other people I'm doing readings for. So yeah, you do want him to step up and you do want him to make sure he treats your kids that they know that it's all together. You have to make sure of that because I'm telling you, I'm just saying from the readings telling you the kids will feel it. So you have to make sure there's a bond there between everyone. And you have to make sure they're ready to do that too, right? But, don't use the words need. It's like you're stepping up. You don't need anything. He can go, if he's not going to step up. But just watch your words. That's really important with when you're dealing with these things, not to use the word you, because you don't need to be pointing out him. You need to bring it from yourself, from within. And need. Watch out with the need, because you don't want to put pressure. You just want to reword. Really watch your words. Be nice to him. I try to be nice to him. DM lives near his mother and just calls and is sitting on the phone till 2 a.m. or another time sometime during my purpose. Do your purpose and mission. It's the only way. It's the only way. No matter what, there is truth to it. If you're meant to be, it's meant to be. And that's one thing actually I'm getting after my card I pulled yesterday. I wish I could show you guys. Oh, I just saw her. T-Bond Edge. There's a strong message here about this has to do with, there's something only you can do. And that's for every single person. There is some sort of a job here on this planet that only you can do. This is her reclaiming her essence. So she had put her essence in the clay pot. She gave it to a shaman or to a high priestess or a priest. That's what it says in the book. To hang on to a talesman, they called it, to basically keep it safe. And so she can come back. See, she went back in there. That's where it was kept. She grabbed her essence. She puts it on her head and it comes back over her. And she gets her essence back and she gets to go on to fill the purpose that she is meant to fill. Everyone's meant to fill a purpose. That's what that was saying. So go do your purpose and the other people will come to you. And like, I'm not saying push them away. Don't push anyone away, and actually be nice and integrate them if you can. But if not, don't focus on them and they'll come eventually. You planted the seeds, right? My karmic had a DM saying he was her twin flame. And when I started this journey, I asked for signs if he is, but the story made me doubt it in a way if it is possible or fake. Something I heard that makes a lot of sense, because when I had a false twin, I got all the signs that he was the one when I asked about them. And there was another reader. I always listen to, I don't always listen to her, honestly. I don't actually. I have to type in her name. But when I do have time and I do go look for her, her name is Bella Dutch. I loved her. I don't resonate with her readings. I resonate with her lessons in the beginning. And one thing she said, I think it was weeks ago, I don't know, was if you ask for a sign, you will always get a yes. And the reason is because, yes, they are supposed to be in your life at that time. And it made a lot of sense to me because that guy was not supposed to be in my life. But when I would say, give me a sign, I would get these I would get exactly what I asked for and better. So I'd be make him call me. Not only would he call me, he'd call me and invite me on a vacation or call me and apologize for everything. And I just wanted a call. So I'm whoa, he's definitely my guy. And no. And the funny thing is, it's so interesting because I feel like this whole twin flame energy is quite new. I've never, so I went from my last relationship and learning about this whole journey experience to meeting. So clearly I was meant to know about it, but I didn't know about that stuff. I never met someone. I never dated someone. This is what I'm trying to say. I never dated someone and they told me they dated a girl that said she was their twin or something like that. I didn't have those conversations around me. It's really interesting because for a lot of us, if we in this community, we are going to start, if we move forward, if we date people, we're going to start hearing more people say stuff like that. Oh, she said she was my twin. I actually met another person who he was dating a yoga one. And he's she was crazy. She ate bananas. And she basically was saying she's his twin and stuff like that. And it's not that she was crazy because she was saying that. He's we were not a match. So, but it's, yeah, I get it. It's new, right? But a lot of people are hearing it. And that's another thing with it is that some people are misusing it. So if I hear anyone after this, after my life right here, if I hear anyone saying to me, I'm just going to be please don't. I don't want to hear twin again. That's it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want anything to do with the twin. Please don't talk about it to me. If someone tries to say that, if someone if things change in my path and I go with someone and they try to say something like that, I'm going to say, let's just leave the twin part out of it. Let's just leave it, please. This is, I don't even want to tell them about what I've done or been on or went through. Increase our vibration. Yeah, that's true. It's true. We will be around more people that vibrate at our level, but there's always going to be, I don't want to call them followers. They're not followers in that sense. They just may not know what they're talking about. And they may just want to throw the words around and fit it to every situation. Because I never heard anyone say I'm a twin until I said it. In outside of the YouTube community, no one in my circle ever said that stuff. So I'm the first one. And I'm not really even, I'm talking to you guys, but it's not something that I'm running around screaming. But here we go. So for those of you that what this card reminds me of is someone who went through really hard times. It could even be really hard times where you may have fallen into drugs or something like that. It's saying that your essence is, kept. And maybe we didn't do the rituals they do and actually put something in a clay pot to hold on to it and but I believe we can do it in our mind now. We can, go and recapture our essence. And if we need some of that zump and that courage and that old us, that young us, that courageous us, all I do now is watch younger people and just try to remember, because you notice younger people, it's not that they're much different than us. It's that their energy is higher. I can't explain it. It's they're not different than us. they just have these levels where they haven't been exhausted of their happiness, or like tested or pushed. So they even move different. Like, I'm just noticing this now when I go to my work, I'm like watching, they even move different. They're just very bubbly and happy and energetic. And it's not that they're different than us. It's just that they haven't lived as long as us. So they haven't gone through as much bullshit. And it's the bullshit that tears us down. But what this is saying is, like, we can drop that, and we can drop that energy and reclaim our real essence of just like happiness and not caring so much. And I understand we have responsibilities the older we get, but there's still adults that carry that youthful energy all the way up. They just don't worry the same way. They don't ask 1,000 questions. They don't care. And they're older and they're happy and they're bubbly and they're great. And so what that says to me is, like, it's not about the age. It's about how you handle the situations. You can bounce back. It's really nice for people now because they have social media and they can like watch someone like me or whoever giving them the warnings, like, just stay happy, don't freaking stress out, enjoy life. And there's so many people saying it can actually get into their skull. Back then we may not have had as much of that around us or ability to connect with that. But it's not about age. It's about energy. And I'm not saying, yes, it's true. When you're younger, you have more energy. I get that. But I'm not talking about that type of energy. I'm talking about happiness energy, or, because there is some youths, I'll call them, that are not doing good, that have no energy, that sit in front of the TV, that eat potato chips all day, they're only 16, 17, 9, 10, not doing good. So it's not about age, it's about energy. And you can change your energy, by the way. You can start being more bubbly. You can start, like, don't like make it fake, because you're going to feel stupid. Like, you're going to start like, doubting. You're like, why am I pretending? But even if someone says something to you, because there's an adjustment, like, and at first you're like, ugh, and then be like, no, you know what? Just correct yourself right there on the spot. Just be like, you know what? Who cares? Like, yeah, you're right. Like, that sounds so funny. That sounds so weird. I don't know what I'm so uptight about. Like, literally, just admit it and just, just own it. I'm just thinking of yesterday. Someone brought that up because I tripped, but I didn't really trip. Apparently, I tripped on the air. But at least I don't like look at the ground and be like, ugh, the ground tripped me or whatever. And I'm like, I own it. Like, whatever, I tripped. So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. I think this is a really good day. I think we got a really good lesson out of these cards already. It's only been 2 cards, really just one. I can't believe we got the market. But I want to pull these cards more often. I think that these are the type of cards we just need, one message type of thing, just like this, because that's a powerful message. Basically, it's saying everything is connected. And then the more I pull one card at a time and I learn them and the meanings, then I can start actually doing a full reading. But there's a reason that these cards come with this thick of a book. This is about, you have to learn it. There's meaning here. It tells you how to treat the cards. I'm supposed to make coffee for these cards every morning. I'm sorry. I don't even make coffee for myself. But when I do, I want to just be nice to the book. But when I do make coffee, I'll pour some out for them. You have to and I believe in those type of things. Like, you treat things good. This is the thing. I treat everything and I'm grateful for everything. But if you were to actually take your favorite deck of cards every day and like put energy into them and be like, oh, like clean them off. I swear to you, you'd be even more connected. Anything if you did that too. I swear to you, like even your house. Marie Kondo, the girl that I love, and I tell you guys to read her book and it changed my life. She comes home and kisses the floor every day, she said. Like, doesn't matter what time. She says sometimes she comes home and falls asleep on her floor. She's so like happy to be home and loves her home. And everything she touches, she's like, thank you. Any piece of clothing she folds, she's like, thank you. And she even says, your clothes will last longer. Everything will last longer. Look how the light just came in like that. It's the truth. So saging the cards is great, and you have to do that. I'm talking about, not talking about specifically cards care. I'm talking about everything care. I'm talking about like cleaning, and no, I mean like actually cleaning, like with a cloth, and every little spot in your house, like loving it so much and being like, I don't want you to be dirty. Like I want you to know you're loved. I'm telling you, it's just like when you don't live in a house. See how when no one lives in a house and it just starts wearing down? Why? No one's living there. Why should it wear down? Why should it change? There's no love there. There's no life there. There's no energy there. Of course, it's just going to wear down and let everything take it over. So, yeah, it's really nice getting out of those type of situations, Renee. I hear you. Okay, I'm going to go now, guys. Bye for now.